Hello and welcome to the Bird Tales. Today is January 3rd, the last day of Minnesota's upland bird season. And look over there. The sun has set. It is all over for Minnesota. I get a lot of comments from people that say, thank you for keeping it real. A lot of other shows just show the birds getting shot, the good dog work. They don't show you the bad stuff, the dogs messing things up, all of that. But I try to keep it real, and today was real. I really wanted to end the season with a bird or 3 birds. But nonetheless, this morning, me and Skip drove quite a ways to get to a WPA that we had hunted earlier in the season. And I remember thinking, this will be a very good late season spot. Well, somebody else must have thought that too, because it looked like 2 or 3 guys hunted it yesterday. We couldn't get off their tracks. They were very thorough. Every last little bit of cattail and willow brush, they touched it all. And all we saw were 2 hens. And we hiked that whole entire thing. And I didn't want the season to end like that, so I came home, put Skip in the kennel, got Gilly out, drove out to this WMA, and it's been either feast or famine the last couple of days. Either you're not on any birds at all, like we were this morning, or you're on a whole bunch of birds like we were 2 days ago. But it should have been a feast this time. Gilly and I headed up to the north, and just as we came over a hill, a bunch of birds must have either been sitting in a field or sitting on the edge of the cattails on the pond, but they saw us and they all flew way out into the cattails, probably 24 birds. And so Gilly and I made a big loop around, trying to get on the other side of them, and we kind of did. We saw one rooster get up even further out before we got to him, and Gilly pointed a hen. Whoa. And I'm thinking that the birds that we saw must have all gotten out of there when we were messing around in the cattails and flew a different direction, because we probably only saw 6 birds, and it was at least 24 that went and landed in there. But we went back and forth 5 times. And my legs are jello, because it's just a giant cattail slough. It's probably a half a mile across, and we just kept going back and forth and back and forth. So after the 5th time of going back and forth, and we had seen 2 roosters, and when all of those birds got up out of the field and we were watching them fly out into the cattails, I only saw 2 roosters. And so after seeing 2 roosters get up a long ways away from us, it was kind of one of those, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Walking back across that cattail slough was going to make me go insane. So we left it and started walking the rest of the WMA. We had a few birds get up a bit ahead of us, 1 rooster, but we never got close to him. And we walked until the sun was set. And that's it. And now it's all over. And I love doing this stuff. It's my favorite thing to do. I hunted a lot this year, and I'm not done yet. I'm still going to South Dakota in 2 weeks, and hopefully going to Nebraska at the end of January. As much as I love it, next weekend, I don't have any plans. Saturday morning, I'm not going to try to get out the door at 8 o'clock to try to be to a good spot before everybody else. I'm going to sit on the couch, and it's going to be great. But I'm going to miss it. Give it a few weeks, and I'll be in the off-season depression again. So, I'll be back in 2 weeks in South Dakota, and then Nebraska at the end of January, hopefully. Alright, I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for next time. See ya. In there, in. Good boy. Yeah, that's a good boy. It's all over.